This week, David's teacher plays hurling with school children. Chloe thinks that National Highways has actual giant scorpions that attack people. And Tom might want to have a threesome with Ryan Reynolds. So let's strap down, strap in, and do this.
This is just another trucking podcast.
Hello, this is Just Another Trucking Podcast. I am your host, Tom, and I am joined, as always, by my good friends, my co-host, and firstly, the man with a beard that has got a protected species in it. Has it got birds in it now, or not?
It does
seem to be nesting time for birds. Okay.
I'm not allowed to watch it.
Is it? What's the? Is it the FAA? No, that's the flight. The guys who do flights. Is it who's the environment people? EPA? Is it in America?
ESPA.
I don't know if I feel like I've really messed this joke up immediately.
Is it like Devon? Is it like Devon where you can't trim it at certain times of the year?
Yes, yeah, it's like that.
something?
Yeah, it's exactly that.
That one,
just in case it's birds within the bid.
Yeah,
you could send in the RSPCA, see if there's any creatures living in beneath.
That was the word we were
that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, the guest we've not even introduced has just rescued us. This is not going well, to say the least. Chloe, hello, Chloe.
Hello.
How are we doing? Have we seen
right.
any nice skips recently?
I always see nice skips. They're my specialty.
Do you? I know. You do. The last week, yeah, it seemed like you do have a bit of a
skips last week. Yeah,
you were. I was. You have a. Do you know how engineers they've got? Do you know what cable porn is? Where bear with me, just bear with me on this. When you get cables that have been all cabled in properly, and if it all been done just perfectly in full nights, and if you search after this, search cable porn. And it's fascinating. I was just wondering if there's skip porn,
or waste porn,
where people have just done it all exactly right and just exactly and take a picture of it, and there's all of you guys sharing it.
Not, but there is now. I'm on it.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, probably. I'm already getting the domain.
And we have a guest.
Who is it? Who is our guest?
That's got to be it. We've got Sam from Trucking Prayle. Is it Prayle?
It's Prayle. Yeah. Most people get it wrong, so well done.
So, that's good.
Why Truck it Prayle?
We should.
Prayle is my surname, so yeah, just.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Well, welcome to the podcast, sir. Tell us a bit about yourself. How did you get into trucking? What's got you to this point? The highlight of your life, the podcast.
Well,
what's got you into trucking?
I'll be honest with you. The first thing that got me into trucking, I used to do truck tires. I used to fit truck tires, and I was on a call out about 4 a.m. in the morning. It was snowing, and it was a double decker. The tyre had gone flat into the hard shoulder.
It's really setting the scene.
I had to dig it all out and everything.
I feel like I'm there.
Yeah,
I am there. I feel like it's storytelling. I love it.
Long story short, basically, I asked the guy, "What's it like truck driving?" And he said, "Yeah." Actually, his actual words were, "Beats working for a living." And obviously,
and that was the convincing words. You didn't need any more than that.
No, I rocked home at 5 a.m. in the morning just to get up in 2 hours to go back to work, and thought, do you know what? I'm booking my license. And that was it. Yeah. And I haven't looked back since, really.
How long have you been trucking?
It's
5 years now.
All right. Do you just do England, or have you gone through Europe and all that?
No, I've literally just done England, really sort of local, southeast, sort of furthest they've gone up is Northampton. So, yeah.
So what sort of work is it you do? What is it you're transporting around?
So we do bulk cement bags. So yeah, just
cool.
to your
flatbed?
No, not cut and cider. So yeah,
curtain cider. Okay.
Yeah, so all your big stores.
The problem is with the cement bags is I find, I don't know if do you ever do the blue circle ones?
That's it. Yeah, we do them.
Yeah. They are the worst stacks of cement no matter if you drove at 1 mile an hour
Mhm.
and you did not use your brakes,
Mhm.
you took every single corner exactly right, the entire thing will collapse.
But why?
Because
They stack it
there was a it's like I remember. So that I have experience with these exact pallets, and we had the blue circle guy, and I was complaining about them and saying how crap they were and how they just kind of just fell apart. And he goes, "Well, actually, we've been looking into this, and what we've done is we've changed the glue." I was like,
Yeah.
okay. What sort of glue is it you're using? And he goes, well, actually, we're using the same glue that they stick credit cards to the letter. And I said to him, yes, but a credit card is not a 25 fucking kilo bag of cement. What is got how does that work?
Why not Gorilla Glue? Come on.
I mean, Gorilla Glue might be a little bit extreme, but yeah, they are absolutely terrible.
What they do is,
so basically, no, he couldn't use a flatbed.
Because they have plastic bags and they stick it to paper in between the stacks, and then sometimes the paper just rips and they just fall down to the side. It's just.
Well, it's not just that, but it's the cement. It comes out of the bags or gets onto the bag, and obviously there's a dust covering it, so it doesn't stick properly. You know, we're talking about this, and there's going to be like 90% of our people listening to it who have no idea what we're talking about. But trust me,
can you not spray it down so it's moist?
But that's not our job. It's our job to have someone put it on the back of the truck and take it somewhere. I don't care. The fact is, they collapsed on me.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, if there wasn't one bag fallen off at some point, it was nothing short of a miracle. Now, don't get me wrong, I might not be the slowest driver.
Yeah.
But I do know the Arctic drivers.
We do find talk about that. At my company, the younger drivers tend to have more bags fall off than the older drivers.
Yeah, they probably learn from experience. Yeah, I could see that.
Take what you want from that, but yeah.
Absolutely hooning it around roundabouts. But even like we had them coming in where you could tell it was some old fella, and it was a careful driver, and he had the edge protectors on it, the whole 9 yards. Still, nope, collapsed, all collapsed.
Like, if it's going to go, then it's going to go, isn't it? You can't help it.
Yeah, but that's not. But no, but if you look at other bags, like say for instance, you got stuff in from British Gypsum.
Right.
Them bags never collapse. Mm-hmm. Like the pallets on them, they are as they came in off the thing. Dave is just looking like, what is this conversation?
No, I was going to interrupt. It's just, are we strictly talking about cement bags? Because I know it's just when I'm picturing pallets that get all messed up. The first time I hauled pallets of beer, they were all double stacked, whatever, not double stacked, as in down the center of the trailer. I took a corner way sharper than I normally would. Well, actually it was pretty average. It's just that most of my loads were just paper towels, so they're like crammed in there, so you can go as fast as you want around corners. But my first time with beer, every single pallet slid to the left. Now they weren't as in and I had to, and they were all cans. Oh, it was like 12 packs or 24 packs of beer, and I literally had a snow shovel shoveling the beer cans into a garbage bin. And
but surely you did this, and surely you did this, and you were like, well, these are broken. I may as well put them in the car. We may as well. These are all accidentally broken.
I reeked of beer because I constantly pierced the cans, and the cans would just spray into my face.
Right. So what you're trying to say is it was like some kind of like semi-erotic beer commercial where there's like you're just there wiping sweat off your
slow
face.
Motion. Absolutely.
Beer kind of going spraying everywhere.
Stroking it into your beard.
It's like when you got the L'Oreal advert, isn't it? And the beard swaying in the wind. That one.
Exactly like that.
Just dripping a little bit. Yeah, you know what? Sorry, I don't think I ever had cement bags, so that's the only thing I can think of. Sorry.
I've never had cement bags either. So.
There's an easy solution to it. They could just bubble wrap them, but or
bubble wrap them,
or shrink wrap them.
Exactly. I mean, maybe not. Maybe shrink wrap, not bubble wrap.
I mean, that would be a bit weird.
Go the extra.
Just so I could go pop them,
Exactly.
Do you guys use airbags in between like pallets, just to kind of like make sure that they don't? Like
No.
what they'll do, well, I get
that. I've seen pictures of this, and I never knew if this was the carriers that had them, or how they got blown up. Or see, this is actually genuinely interesting to me because I have seen this.
Well,
oh yeah, it happens
not
all the
seen
time. But it doesn't happen with the curtain siders because you need to have a solid wall. So a lot of the times they'll go ahead.
Well, sorry, with our trucks, we've got like a parachute system, and if you have a look at one of my videos, you'll see it's like a big yellow sheet that comes over the top of the pallets, and you strap it down from each side rather than just chucking actual straps over. So it's a bit more secure than a
Nice one.
load. So,
I have seen low mass or low max. Is it low mass?
That's it.
Run out of. Yes, I've seen. I went past one of them in a quarry, and I have seen this.
Yeah.
But do they work?
Yeah. Well, they work if you've got them done up properly. As a lot of people don't, because one side's bungee straps and the other side's ratchet straps. So if you don't have the bungee straps set up right on the passenger side, then that just knocks it all out, and it's pointless.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll have to have a look at them at some point. David, what were you going to say about the airbags?
What they'll do now, it is not the carriers who do the airbags because you need to have an air compressor and all that kind of stuff going on. That's pretty high powered. But yeah, they have really crazy, extremely strong bags. They just throw in between the pallets, and they'll push the pallets up against the product up against the sidewalls, and they're not going to fall. They're not going to fall out. So they're better. They're better than any load lock out there.
Okay.
So they're not like airbags in a car that are going to explode.
No, they're not like exploding airbags with the product.
I thought, how's that going to work?
They're okay. How about this? They're bags full of air.
Go over over a bloody bump, and next thing the trailer just suddenly expands out. Boom.
I thought that was going to do more damage than good.
No, Chloe. This is the reason you're not putting engineering in charge of engineering products. Did you see?
Never.
Did you see the picture on Facebook of the lad who lost all the biscuits? Did anyone else see this?
No.
Like I don't know if it looks like it's set off at like a roadworks, and I'm guessing the light's gone green, and the whole thing had gone. Like every single pallet had gone out the back of the trailer, and there was just biscuits everywhere. All the biscuits.
That'd be a great find. Do you know what? Like, down this way, there was a Warburton's one that did the same. I believe it was Warburton's. They literally for like a couple of miles, there was just bread everywhere.
I see that.
Way down the road, where they just left the doors open.
I've seen that one as well. Yeah,
yeah.
I think I've seen that one as well.
Have you seen the security trucks?
Yes, I have. I saw that on Philip. I saw that on Philip DeFranco. Actually,
of course you did. I was like, why am I even asking?
That one was fascinating. People like just stopped on the highway and bloody picking up just money and.
No, actually, it's stealing. If they do, because now they're stealing from the federal government because that money is federally insured.
Yeah, it's a federal crime.
You can actually, so if you were caught on camera,
you just hold it, and then you wait for them to turn up and say, "Oh, I was just saving it for you."
Yeah, just collecting
you can
it.
say that.
Just making sure that none of it got wet.
A lot of people.
If anything, you need to pay me for this service.
A lot of people wearing masks,
like
and they would cover up the license plate, and that way, because they knew what they were doing was illegal, and they were like, "I'm going to try to get away with this."
Yeah. I mean, but in fairness, if you're going to do it,
who wouldn't?
That's the best way of doing it, isn't it? Really?
Oh, it's so tempting. 100%. So tempting.
It is.
I just put it in a skit. No one suspects a skit.
Everyone suspects a skip. Everyone suspects a skip. Shall we get on with the first topic? And I'm going to let you go first, David, because I do know you've got a bit of a rant. Also, if I'm completely honest with you, we've talked for so long, I forgot what my topic was. So I just need to cover while I look for mine.
Oh dear.
Go on then.
No, my topic is, I don't know. So, what I do know, when I'm driving, sometimes I forget to turn on the radio, I'm entertaining myself with the thoughts in my head, and sometimes I'll start thinking about something in the past, and I would like, if only I did this instead. That would have been a better comeback or something, you know. Like a lot of the times, I get. Sometimes there's this particular teacher that I used to have growing up, right? I absolutely hated him.
Wait, how far back are you thinking?
I thought you meant
you sit there and you think about something in school.
Well, yeah, I literally do think about this teacher and how much I hated him and how much of an impact he had on so many students. All right, now he was
hated this guy.
Oh,
holy crap!
I did. I absolutely did hate him. A lot of people hated him, but a lot of people loved him. But I think more people. I don't know. I feel like more people hated him than loved him.
But
now, have you watched The In-Betweeners?
Of course.
Just obviously, yes.
You know that?
No.
You know the teacher? Do you know the teacher I'm talking about? The asshole teacher?
How have you not watched In-Betweeners?
I think I've seen enough gifs and memes to know most of what happens. Stuff like Friends, stuff like I constantly quote, even though, or more importantly, Bushwanker. Stuff that I've never seen it, but I can still quote it. I don't. Does that help?
I was trying to give you guys a bit of a picture of what of what kind of teacher he was like. All right. Anyway, so there's just been at first I thought I was in his good books forever. I didn't know how much of an asshole he was, because we basically gave this test. It was a computer test. Now computers were just got introduced into the school. I don't know, this is back in 1993 or 94 or whatever, right? And he gave the same test to every single student in the entire school, all right, because nobody really had an advantage. So we studied, we did a computer class for like 3 months or whatever, right? So we did the test. I aced the test in half the time as much as everybody else. And I ended up, and I was in the youngest year or two, right? I was in first year. And he used to brag about the fact that anybody who failed that test, he would compare it to me. There's a guy in this class who did it in half the time. What is your excuse? All right, so I'm like, I can get away with whatever I want with this guy because he's used me as a great example. And now people are coming up to me and like, you fucking asshole, you're making us all look bad, because I was like the genius or whatever on computers. And but then there was just one time throughout the months go by or whatever, we had a free class and we're all hanging out in the canteen, right? Because we don't know, our teacher didn't show up. So then this teacher, I shouldn't say his name. Let's call him Pat. Okay, that's actually his name. Whatever. He came. All right, guys. All right, I need you guys to go into a classroom. Now I had all my books scattered around the table, and I was like, okay, now where did he go? Everybody, and all of a sudden the corridor was fucking empty, and I'm like, oh shit, where'd he go? There was like me and 3 other guys. I'm like, all right, well, it's not too bad, he likes me, so I kind of get away with just popping in. I'm like, oh, whatever. I'm like, oh, sorry, didn't know where the classroom was, and then he just started he started kind of speed walking up to me. I'm like, what's going on here? He grabbed me by the throat. All right, pushed back by the sweatshirt. He pushed me up against the wall. All right, and I'm like, and the other 2 guys that came in with me, he picked him up, turned him upside down, threw him halfway across the room. The other guy, he kind of did the same. I'm like, what the is this guy's problem?
What?
I know. I know, right? Now, so this is the kind of and he basically did this. That's just one incident, but I was like, there's a million other things that he's done to other students. Like one time, I have a look.
How did he not get fired for that?
Because he was the guy who taught hurling. Now that sounds like puking, but hurling is an actual sport in Ireland where you have
yes, but you're not supposed to hurl the children.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He had.
That's his excuse. I was just warming up.
They're about the right weight.
Because he was a trainer. and he actually had an All-Ireland medal. Like he basically for Cork. He was, because he was I wouldn't say you're a professional hurler or anything. You play for your county or whatever. But so he could get away whatever the he wanted, basically. And of course, now we're kids as well. We just don't know any better. We're literally scared. So I'm sitting in class, and I have a tendency of not hiding how angry I am in my face. And he's learned this particular look as well, right? Where I make that look because I was a terrible student academically. All right, so sometimes I kept failing everything when it comes to history, because he taught history, and I couldn't pass one single test or one single homework assignment or whatever, right? So he'd mock me or whatever, right? And I just have this face that it's very hard to actually mimic unless I'm really angry. And he would walk towards me regardless of who was in front of him, how many desks were in front of him. All right, so basically he's just walking, pushing desks and chairs and students.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Right.
So basically just walking as in like and then he would go up to my face, basically as in like, do we have a problem? And I'm like, no. You know what I mean? As in like, just, I don't know. But anyway, there's been many times that he has popped up in my head when driving, because, when you're by yourself driving, you have nobody else to kind of like talk you out of the anger. So sometimes when you are driving...
I've just remembered what the original topic was. I've been so engrossed in this story, I completely forgot what the topic was.
So basically... I would think in hindsight, while I'm driving my truck and all that, right? I would think in hindsight, like, what could he really do to me? Oh, he could smack me over the head. Whatever. You know what I mean? I would love to. I wish I stood up to him. I really do. You know what I mean? I wish I could just I wish I could have just, I don't know, like, hey, if you lay one finger at me, I will whack this hammer over your head, kind of thing. Like, and just see what he would do. And like, as a kid, you're afraid of everybody. You're afraid of every adult out there. So it's hard to. I don't know. It's hard to stand up for yourself when you're convinced that you're not. If you get expelled, you're not going to be able to become this, or you're not going to be able to get a visa to go to America, or whatever. I kept on hearing that, by the way. Anyway, but I don't know. My thing for you is when you are driving, when you're by yourself, and your mind is what's keeping you occupied. What kind of stuff have you ever thought about in hindsight, or where you wish you could have done, or whatever? You know what I mean?
See,
does that make sense?
For me, I have this problem, but I tend to have it the wrong way around to you. I tend to sit there and think, I shouldn't have fucking said that.
Oh no,
I should not have said that to that guy.
Oh, we all have that.
Whereas most people, that when they're in front of people and someone's being an asshole to them, and they're saying something, I'll see. I'm quite a calm, placid person, but I do, if someone's in my face, or someone's saying something to me, or someone's being rude to me, I will just say things. And I've had someone say something to me, and I've just paused for a second and just gone, "You're a bit of a bellend, aren't you?" And then the second I said it, I was like, No, you can't say that. Oh, like the other day, I was getting a sandwich. I was getting a sandwich from a petrol station, and I put the sandwich down, I put my drink down, and she goes, I said, I'm just getting a coffee. Well, I need the slip. I said, well, it's just a coffee, just a large coffee. You've got the numbers just there. I need the slip. Right. So I walked over and walked back, and she goes, the sandwich that you've got has the wrong date on it. I said, what do you mean? She goes, it's out of date. And there's this pause. And I was like, right, I'll go and get the sandwich. So I'm about to turn back around. And then she says, just make sure you get one with the correct date on it. Now, she's been rude to me twice now. At this point here, I know the right thing to do is to walk away and not say anything. Just go and get the sandwich, do that. But me being me, I've turned around and gone, you know what? That's not my bloody job. It's your job to be checking these things in the morning. Don't come to me all arsey and saying that these got the wrong dates on it. That's your fault. You do your job properly. I'm doing my job. You do yours. So I got the sandwich. And as I was walking away, I was like, oh, no, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that.
You were an angry,
well,
angry
you
man.
were being a Karen.
Yeah.
Well, no,
you're a
I'm
cat.
sorry.
You are a cat.
But if you have a sandwich that's 2 days out of date, that's sat on your shelf, and then you look angrily at me, saying basically, no, guess what? I'm saying something to you.
Did you not try and get it half price?
Yeah, just wing it.
No, Sam, I will be honest with you. I got one in date, and my stomach didn't feel very good with the one that was in date. So yeah, I don't think the podcast would have been happening if I'd got that one. Go on, Chloe. What's your story on this?
So the only one I can come to mind is, I don't know why it always comes to my head, and it really annoys me that I did it. And I was a little kid in school, and I used to collect Pokemon cards. And one day, right, got a shiny Abra. Or what was it? Abra? Is it Abra?
Abra?
The amazing one?
That's quite rare.
Yeah, right. I got it, and I was well excited. And I went to school. And all these
I mean. Sorry, one
it's
second.
Fake.
Can I just clarify? What's an Abra? I've never heard of. What's a Pokemon card? What? I've never heard of Pokemon. I've never had Pokemon cards. Right, so continue with the story, please. I wanted to make people think I was cool for a second.
So I got told by loads of kids, and I think they were trying to wind me up or bully me, and they told me it was fake. And I was like, it wasn't. It was from a pack. And they were like, no, it's definitely fake. So me being me was like, right, get rid of the freaking card. I went and traded it for the lamest card, a tatty Charizard shiny.
Oh no.
You're an idiot.
I know. And I'm devastated by that.
Oh, my son has so many Pokemon cards, it's disgusting. Like, I as a kid, if I was a kid, the thing is, he does not appreciate them like we would have done. Like the collection that he's got, if I had that collection, no word of a lie, I think I'd have been the coolest kid in school. And considering I was the uncoolest kid in school, that would have been quite an upgrade for me. Just saying. Go on, Sam. What sort have you got?
Yeah, I was gonna say before that I could kind of relate to your story of the teacher thing until you basically said that you got thrown across this classroom, and I felt my story.
Yeah, it was very relatable right up until that point, and then I was like, yeah, no, never seen this before. This is completely new to me.
Kind of, my story felt a bit insignificant after that. I thought, maybe I won't bring that up.
That's why I went with the
Pokemon. So yeah,
played it safe.
So go on. What was your story?
For me, I was. My friends will laugh their head off if they ever see this. But I was in primary school, and this teacher, she was just a nasty piece of work, and she used to pick a student out in front of the whole classroom and say, "Quickly do this maths equation." So it'd be the easiest thing. She would say like 4 + 5, something like that. But because you're on the spot, you'd be like, you were so young.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you didn't answer it within like 3-4 seconds, she'd go like that in front of the whole class.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And
that is
wow. You just want to slap that.
Yeah. And I often think back about burning her house down. I mean,
allegedly. I was watching. Do you know who Darren Brown is?
Yes.
Nope.
Like is this illusionist? And I watched. It was something on pickpocketing, and basically he'd go up to someone and ask them this question, but they ask it in such a, or like there's a couple of different ones where they go up to someone and they're like, name a woman. And they do it so aggressively in their face, your mind is unable to do it. But what he did was he used that tactic to kind of go up to someone and do that. And he'd take off the tie, he'd like take the phone, their wallet, all of this sort of thing, and he's right in front of them, literally taking the tie off. And because they've got this such mental block because they've just had someone directly in front of their face asking them something like that your mind can't kind of
process it. Yeah, kind
of keep up with
it.
It's
like doing what the cows drink.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Milk.
Exactly. So, sorry, were you waiting for that? Thing? What's the other one?
What you put in a toaster?
That one. That's the toast. Yeah, the toast one. Yeah. Toast, yeah.
Well, you obviously put toast in.
You dickhead.
Bagels, obviously.
Toaster strudels.
I do like a toasted bagel.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't know. We're going to go on a
Did
tangent.
you say apple
Okay.
strudels?
Strudels.
What? Where have you heard apple strudels from?
Toast.
No!
Toaster strudels.
Toaster strudels. Oh,
Do
did
you have
you?
toaster strudels?
No, Pop-Tarts, son. Fucking Pop-Tarts. That's what I have.
The toaster strudels are way tastier. You get an icing packet that you can actually spread on the actual the strudel.
I mean, I
suppose.
I feel like my heart's. I feel like my blood pressure went up just having that conversation. Shall we move on to the next topic?
Go for
I
it.
thought you were going to rant off about something.
Absolutely, yes. Oh yeah, you had a rant.
You were about to have a tangent.
You were a rant about toaster strudels.
There was no toaster strudel rant. We're done with the toaster strudels. We're finished with the toaster strudels, right? This is a trucking podcast. Do people remember this? Like,
people can have toaster strudels in a truck. I used to have.
Very true.
That's all it is. I'm not even a real trucker, according to you lot.
You're not, no. Oh, toast. I can sit there quite happily and just at the Warburton's orange pack. It has to be the Warburton's orange pack, but I can sit there and I can eat that. I don't. Then people who come to me goes, "Oh, King's Mill's the best." And this is an official statement from this podcast. If you think that the King's Mill is better than Warburton's, go for yourselves.
Agreed.
Well, we'll see you. Please put your comments down below. They won't be deleted if it's a Kingsmill based one, but we'll see. Right. I want to talk about rubberneckers.
Okay.
Sorry?
Because rubberneckers have absolutely wound me up some fears over the past 2 weeks. What are rubberneckers? So, do you know when there's a wreck on the other side of the motorway or highway?
Right, okay.
And
so people that look over.
Something's happened, and they're slowing down to have a look on the opposite side. And you get traffic jams on both sides of the motorway because people are desperate to see what a crash looks like. Go on Google. There's lots of pictures. They're not that exciting. It's all and they're like, oh, I wonder if they're okay. No, you don't wonder that. You just want to have a nosy, don't you?
Yeah.
And you get them, and I think there should be. Well, I have. So I was at a very, very serious RTC on the M6. This is going back last year now, is it?
I'll say another one.
Oh no, this is
Same
that
one.
This is that one that we don't go into details about. But there was people slowing down in lane 3 to take pictures.
Yeah.
And there was an officer there, and one of the officers. And the guy, I damn near dropped his phone, but he had his phone out, taking pictures or a video as he went past, holding it up. There's police there. Anyways, this copper points at him, screams, "Put that fucking phone away!" Across the motorway. The guy shit himself. The guy straight up shit himself. And so this is something that I've seen. That I've seen something that they have done, but I think it should be brought in much on a national level.
So are you talking about the cameras they're bringing in to stop this?
But I've not seen them enough. I've not seen them enough.
I've
never seen them, and I think they should have something basically like a speed camera, a big 4K camera that should go through all the video, and anyone who's on their phone. Basically, anyone who's on their phone, take a snapshot of the bastard, get him charged. Because I was following someone on last week, and it was just a bit of someone went into the back of someone else. Wasn't that exciting? It's not like it's a rollover or a truck on fire or something like that. It was just it was just one of them things there. And the woman in front slammed her brakes on to have a look. And so she got blared at, and then she kind of puts her arms up in the air, as if, what do you want? I want you to keep driving.
But I don't understand what.
It's not my fault. I went to look at a crash.
Exactly. I honestly, I was genuinely, and it's. But I was thinking, I was wondering, is there?
A tannoy.
I mean, well, I was thinking that the other thing that you could do.
Move on, you dickhead.
This is. Well, so do you know the scorpions that they've got?
Sorry.
So they call it. Well, it's called a scorpion.
Okay, not a literal scorpion again, right?
No. The highways. National highways do not have actual scorpions that run up and down the motorways and attack drivers on their mobile phones. There you go. With the cameras off, he's a scorpion, son. No, that's not what we're talking about.
That would cause a lot of crashes.
By the way, that's another T-shirt, I think. National Highway Scorpion. Something like that.
You could have a little scorpion on a high vis.
Exactly, yeah. I do think like that. Basically, it's a truck, and it has on the back of it. They usually have like something like really tall that sticks up, but when there's a crash or when there's summit, it folds down. And basically, it extends
like
double the length of the
ones.
truck. Yes, and the idea is if someone crashes into the back of it, if someone crashes into the back of it, then they crash into this barrier, and they're not going to kill themselves by going into the back of a truck, or more importantly, killing the poor highways guy who's on the grounds trying to help out what's going on.
Yeah.
And I think there should be something that basically sets up mobile fencing that's like that carries it, and like basically like you know like the big like kind of big
like a big billboard.
Kinda, but basically some of that can basically some of that can extend out and basically can cover the entire thing so people cannot see on the other side of the motorway. A big sheet that basically just blocks the whole thing off.
And then you just can see the other side of like the road and just fake traffic moving by.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Nothing's going on here.
Seems kind of ugly to make it to where you can't see the other side of the road.
Again. What makes it ugly to make it not see the other side of the road?
If you had a really big barrier, that's just I don't know. I just doesn't seem very pretty.
It's a temporary barrier. It's a temporary barrier. It's one that basically the truck would come up and would pull up and basically.
Okay. I understand. Basically, if there is an accident, you're blocking the accident so nobody can see.
So
now I understand.
It would set up the first post, which you could just drop on the ground, drive forwards, and it would basically have a big sheet that kind of stretched between it, and then it drops the next post down. And then basically it could kind of, if it had like 4 big things in the ground, and then it basically just kind of creates this big, tall, like thing to block off.
What about
like,
pop-up curtains, like in the barriers themselves?
Well, that's kind of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That was my way of doing it. But something that can actually kind of, make it so you can't see on the other side. Because I figured if they can't see on the other side, they can't do anything, and it's just I don't know.
It's a part of life. It's going to happen regardless. I'm sure every idea that we could possibly come up with has already been rejected. All right, by the main guys in whatever construction or whatever. I mean, motorway people. What are they even called? What are they called over there?
Highway people.
Over here is DOT.
Well, it's
traffic police.
No, see, DOT. So
Department of Transportation.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Here, the DOT is like, so DOT DOT can pull you over, and they can bring you in, but that's like a different section, is it, of DOT? Who's the guys that can pull you into Weybridge?
Department of Transportation. Basically, they're the people who are in charge of the roads. Okay, for DOT, there could be DOT officers who can actually pull you over.
You're thinking of those.
Yeah. So basically, we've got DVLA that can pull you in, and they're the ones that can pull over trucks, and they're the ones that can check on weights, and so they're kind of like they're the ones that truck drivers worry about. Then you've got the Highways Agency. They're the guys that actually look after the roads, manage the roads, and like repair, do stuff like that. But then you also have National Highways, which are the guys that control the billboards and tell you if there's an accident, and they've got what's called a traffic officer that can basically close the motorway. Well, in traffic officers in the UK, we call them wombles, because what they do primarily is they pick up litter by the sides of the wombles. Womble around. I like it. I'll be honest with you, I genuinely, I'd actually be a womble. I'd be more than happy with it.
Yeah, it's a great show.
The people who pick up our rubbish on the road are people who do community service.
That seems cheaper.
It does.
I actually done a TikTok about a week ago about this exact thing. Basically, young, fresh, new driver driving along. Oh, I hope everyone's all right. Oh, and then the next bit, the old driver. Get out of the way, you bastard. Come on. Stop staring at the road. Yeah, it was basically it in a nutshell. And that is my opinion on it as well. I was like nodding the whole way when you was talking about it. I was like, yeah. No, hate him as well.
It's crazy. The fact that it's... some drivers get so easily distracted. The fact that if they can get that distracted, the idea of them being on a mobile phone blows my mind. Because if you can't even concentrate on the road when there's something mildly interesting happening on the side, I mean, come on, really? And there was I saw one, and I swear to God, he came to a complete stop. Like, the traffic was doing, like, 30, 40 miles an hour on the M62, and he came to a complete stop, which is just mind-blowing.
Surprised he didn't get out.
I do not understand the...
Why would you even do that?
I know.
Well, maybe he was trying to take a long exposure photograph. I mean, when you're taking a long exposure photograph, you have to have the camera still. You can't be moving, okay? He has to set up his tripod, all right? You have to get out of the car, you know what I mean? Make sure the wind isn't going too crazy. If the wind is too crazy, you got to go ahead and weigh the tripod down, all right? And I'm just saying.
I apologize, in which case I hadn't realized there's so much going into this bastard.
You know, you have to, okay, when it comes to rubbernecking, you have to ask, you got to look at the psychology of it too, right? Some people they'll slow down a little bit. All right. It may not be the rubberneckers who are starting it off. All right. It could be because I've definitely driven at maintained speed and I see an accident on the left. I'm going to look left. I'm not going to hit the brake.
Look, yeah.
You know what I mean? As in like,
some people will slow down.
Some people will slow down, and then that person may not have saw the other person slowing down. They may not have touched their brake, but they might just get a little closer. It's going to happen.
Chloe, do you have something fierce? Come on.
What, from Rubbernecking?
Excuse me,
I'm sorry. A rubbernecking story.
Tom, can you just repeat exactly those words you just used as the question to Chloe? What language are you speaking?
What do you mean, what language am I speaking? English, you dickhead.
Our English to where other countries can understand you, not just the people who live in your town.
Was it why? Did my accent come out strong?
Yeah, it really came out.
Is it? Do you have something fierce? Oh, right. Okay, sorry. I try not to. I try not to. People, see, from me, if I start speaking local and I start going into my proper accent, so I'm going yam now, then no one can understand what I'm saying, and so I've got to have a telephone voice for these things.
Yeah.
It's funny. I once met someone at services, and it was like you could tell. I don't know if you've had this, Chloe. Have you had this yet, Sam? Where someone's met you at a service?
No, I'm too fresh. I've only been doing it a month.
You will.
Someone recognised me once.
Yeah,
I got recognised the other day.
Well, do you know?
Well,
you can spot it when they recognise you, can't they? And it's like you know it, and they look at you, and they kind of give you that look, and like
window going like that, and I was like, "Who the fudge is this?"
That is.
Somebody left a comment on one of my videos saying, "Hey, I just took a picture with this guy in whatever truck stop." I'm like, when we get comments, it comes, I don't know, it shows up as a notification, so I see it immedially. And I responded like, "No, dude, that wasn't me." Yeah, it was you. You said it was. You said it was the guy from YouTube. I'm like, dude, I have not left the stage in like 6 months. All right, but
so this guy's got a picture of a random.
But I even took a picture with you.
You've got a doppelganger.
You have to show me that picture. I need to see this picture. And you know what? okay, it was a guy with glasses and it was a guy with a beard. I was like, okay.
And this guy's just gone along with it.
He went along
This
with
guy's
it,
just gone along with it. And he's like, sure, I'll take a picture with you. That makes sense. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. But anyway, yeah, I have actually,
amazing.
I've had many people recognize my voice.
I was going to say to you,
so all of a sudden I'll be talking.
Surely you would have recognised your voice. Like, that must have been a giveaway, no?
That is a very, very good point. Surely the fact that he wasn't Irish would be a very big giveaway.
Massive coincidence if he looked like you and sounded Irish as well.
That would have been great. That would have been great. Yeah. All right, Chloe, we're running out of time. I want to talk about your topic.
Oh, my topic, sweet. I was gonna say I didn't have a story on the other thing. I want to know, who do you want a Freaky Friday with?
Listen, I'm up for talking about this because there are so many lasses. Like Angelina Jolie, I would definitely do her. I'm just saying.
So that means you're with
as long
Brad
as
Pitt?
you're not like Jono and wanted to try and see how much you could fit up there. Because Jono wanted to Freaky Friday with me, and he was going to see how much he could fit up there. I was like, no, we ain't
what?
Stopping.
See, this was supposed to be a joke about that. That was supposed to be a joke about me not knowing what Freaky Friday is and thinking it was a sex thing. However, I think we need to move on to this. I'm back onto. So, what happened with Jono?
I was talking to Jono, and he was on about maybe swapping with a woman and how much he'd fit up there. And just out of curiosity, and I was like, "That's not Friday for me. We are not doing it."
Actually, Chloe, can you remind people what Freaky Friday is about?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not a weird sex thing like you're thinking, Tom. I know you and your porn cable stuff. It's basically cable porn. It's where you swap bodies with someone for a day.
Go on. Let's hear your example of it.
What? Who I want to swap bodies with? Definitely not Jono.
Yeah, yeah. We don't want to see how many. No, I can't make that joke. Just please tell us yours.
Do you know, I would like to swap with someone. Do you know what? Sorry, I would swap with someone rich, someone like maybe the Kardashians, just to see what their life is
Okay,
like.
so you're swapping with Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, why not?
So now you're in whose bills? You're paying off. So that means that
my bills.
Okay, so you're gonna log on with her credit card.
Oh,
yeah, 100%.
Okay. Now remember this is Freaky Friday.
Use it to your advantage.
She's in your body, so she's probably freaking out, and she's probably making an absolute fool of you. Now, because you can picture now, everybody is watching you, and like, why does she think she's Kim Kardashian? What is wrong with her? And like, so you are the crazy lady of your town now. You know that. Because you think that you're Kim Kardashian.
I'm not thinking about that side of things.
No, you're not. I had a feeling that you weren't.
It's worth it though, because I can pay off bills. It's fine.
That's true. Actually, that is true.
But
up
for a day.
I would Freaky Friday with Ryan Reynolds. That man is a treasure.
Oh, yes.
And let's be honest, if Ryan Reynolds goes into your body, you've just become at least 100 times cooler than you were previously.
Yeah.
And you're Ryan Reynolds for a day.
Yeah. All right.
There you go. Or what if you could just cause. I mean, I don't know if this goes to show my psychology, but I would Freaky Friday with someone that has like quite a powerful job, and just see how much I could mess up.
What, like Putin?
Like words. What? Wait. If you shot yourself as a Freaky Friday, do you go back to your body or do you die? Or at the end of the 24 hours, wow, maybe this is wait 1 second.
Let's do it.
We should
Let's
not
look into it.
We should
so
wait.
Resets
we should
24.
not be talking about assassinating Putin on this. This is definitely going into the realms of being well.
Would that be your day over?
I think so. Oh God, I think it's the podcast over.
Right,
we are definitely on the list at this point.
One thing you got to take into consideration. Now, I'm a married man, and if I don't know, let's say I Freaky Friday with Ryan Reynolds, and I have sex with his wife, am I cheating? You know what I mean? Like,
maybe just don't have sex with her.
Okay,
would you like your wife to sleep with Ryan Reynolds on your end, though?
I know, right? I was thinking the same thing. I was like, so that means Ryan Reynolds is having sex. I would brag about that.
I was going to say, to be fair, I would be like, fair play.
I will listen. This is on the table right here. I'm stating this as a fact. If any partner, either if any partner of mine had ever had sex with Ryan Reynolds and come to me and said, "Listen, Ryan Reynolds wants to have sex with me," I'd be like, "Yeah, fair enough. I have no issues with that.
Can I watch?
My only thing is, can I join in? I don't swing that way, but it's Ryan Reynolds. I'm okay with this. I think I'll try it. I have no issues with that."
Oh dear.
Also, Sam, welcome to the podcast. This is supposed to be a trucking podcast. But what if, right? What if you could really mess some things up, like with like a cult or something like that? Ooh. If you like went to like a cult leader or something like that, and they just like messed with people, and like, yeah, by the way, we believe in, I don't know, aliens now. I don't know if they might. Yeah, you have to do yoga forever.
I'd probably do something really stupid, like just go as Boris and like just do my hair properly and talk normally and just freak everyone out.
just do him up a little bit.
I'm so happy I know that reference.
I don't think that would work. In fairness, I don't think that would work. His hair.
Queen. Oh god,
my word.
So now
but you couldn't. But you couldn't mess with. No, but you couldn't mess with old Queenie. Like that's definitely not allowed.
Not messing, just to see what it's like.
No, you could exactly turn into the Queen and go on a bender or something.
You can't mess with old Queenie though. Queen's kind of like, yeah, she's off limit. That's yeah. God love her.
No, there is no off limit.
Yeah,
well, yeah, it's Freaky Friday.
No, I'm not saying that you can't. You're not saying don't Freaky Friday with. Well, no, I'm just saying.
I'm the Queen.
I do what I want.
Would you not just get like purple hair dye or something if you were the Queen? Just go crazy.
Well, I think she goes crazy anyway. So she, like, you look at her clothing. She never wears anything. That woman is like she wears like, she doesn't just wear like a bit of a slightly yellow dress. Nope. Bright yellow, as yellow as it goes. Red, nope, we're going full red now. Love it.
Personally, I think that would be a bit of a garbage day because as the Queen, you're not allowed to do anything. You know, if you try, you're not as if you're going to make a decision that can change the world or anything. You're just a figurehead.
My favorite Queen story, because she used to be a mechanic for the. I can't remember what she was a mechanic for the RAF or Army.
She's done a lot, hasn't she? Yeah.
But basically, she can strip a Land Rover down to its bare parts and build it back up again. She's not just a queen. She's bossing. But there was this.
I think she's struggled now.
Oh, I think she would. But there was this. I can't remember. It was like a Saudi Arabian king or someone from the Middle East that came over where. Women aren't allowed to drive. Basically, it's illegal for women to drive from wherever this king came from. And he came to Queen, right? So anyway, she said, "Do you want a tour of the grounds?" And this king or like this leader of this country was like, "Yeah, sure, not a problem at all." And so they walk outside. She gets in her Land Rover in the driver's seat. He has to get in next to the Queen. It's the Queen. He can't say he's not getting in there because it's the fucking Queen. And she absolutely floors it. Amazing. I mean, she's rallying this thing with like special services, like trying to keep up with her and all of this sort of thing. She with this guy. I mean,
maybe she was getting Freaky Friday.
God love her. That's maybe it's an example of it already happening.
Colin McCree turned up in a body.
Sam, what have you got for us? Have you got any rants? Because let's be honest, we have not had any topics this week. We have had rants. Oh no, actually, Chloe's one of the rants. Yeah, I don't really care. I don't care about your opinion. Right,
I ranted about my school teacher.
Yes. You had a topic and then proceeded to rant for about 15 minutes about something. Sam, what have you got for us? Is it a rant?
Not rant, but just an annoyance, really. People with indicators like really buzz my head in.
You don't like when they use them?
No, I can't stand it when I use them. No, I can't stand it when I don't use them.
Or how when they use them wrong, I suppose.
Well, I mean,
it's a lack of a use, I would think.
Or leaving them on.
I don't want to generalise, but like some Audi drivers and BMW drivers, they seem to think that they're an optional extra. And sorry if you are a Audi or BMW driver and you do use them, but it's just one of those things, isn't it?
It does seem that the vast majority of them. And the thing is, they have such fancy indicators, the ones that kind of got the lines that go across and kind of.
Oh yeah,
all
they're
like
awesome.
they're dead fancy.
Use that?
Exactly. This is my point.
Yeah.
Why aren't you using them? It's.
I would excessively use them. Just it hazards.
All right. Okay.
All
so
the time.
there's a few ways that people use them. They think they're using it right. When people put their turn signal on at the exact same time they get over, don't do that. That is absolutely effing pointless.
It's a waste of time. Yeah.
You know what I mean? As in, like, now in California, they have, especially California. All right, the way they use the turn signals, it just drives me crazy. Like, let's say you want to, I don't know, you're in slow traffic or you're in traffic, doesn't matter, and you want to get over. They won't put their turn signal on. They won't put. They'll do the exact same thing. They won't put their turn signal on until they start getting over. And I'd be telling my wife, I'm like, why don't you just put your turn signal on? Well, because they'll speed up. Maybe just put your turn signal on. See what happens. Go on. And she puts her turn signal on. The car in the left-hand lane slows down a little bit, and she can get over. It blew her mind. Yeah. It's just that, yes, it happens. It does happen a lot, but you'll never know. So what if they speed up if you put your turn signal on? All right, then you get the one behind that.
It's roundabouts for me. I know in America they don't really have many roundabouts, but here, people just do not use them at roundabouts. And as a lorry driver, you're sitting there just waiting
all the time. Yeah,
and you see people go straight, and you're like twitching.
Well, see, but the thing is, Sam, you're like in a sense you've got the same issue as tipper drivers, where you've got two states. You're either empty or you are full, and you are like maxed out on weight. So you're up there at 44 tons, and I get the same issue. A vehicle of that weight does not want to set off at a roundabout.
Yeah.
And if you're coming up to it and you're turning left, and I see you coming like that, and then as you're part way through, you then do the one click to say you're coming off on there, and you're like, you understand, I could have gone. You could have helped me out. I've pipped at people and been like, indicators. And they have absolutely no idea at all. At all. Yeah. And especially when there's a lot of traffic coming from the right.
I'm a very calm person as a driver, but that will set me off sometimes.
But you're supposed to presume that maybe they accidentally left it on. You can't, just because someone has a turn signal on doesn't mean you can just pull out.
Trust it.
You don't. Yeah. You can never trust it, and you will be at fault. That's true. As a driver, you will be at fault if you pull out in front of somebody who had their turn signal on. You know, it's just so. Yes, you could have gone, but you shouldn't.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. There's a certain amount of time I'll just go.
For example, if you're straight on and then there's someone over to your left, and you see them indicating to come all the way around, you know that you've got enough time because they're going to be blocking people, so that helps you.
Yeah.
Whereas if you don't see them indicating, you don't know where they're going. Yeah. Now I've got to wait and judge it differently, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, actually, on that one, when you've got someone and they come up to the roundabout and they don't indicate as they come up to the roundabout and they're straight on for me, I'll just go because that's not my What's going on with the finger? Sorry,
that's me because I keep doing this.
I'll just go and I'll just set off because at the end of the day, if they've not used their indicators, that's not on me. That's on them. If they get halfway round and then decide that they want to use their indicators, tough. That's not my problem. They should have used their indicators from the start. I've
going to cause some mad debates on comments. I can see.
Well, actually, on that subject, what is people's opinions on this? But because as far as I'm concerned, as a driver, I have information that I take in, and I make judgment calls based on the information that I've got. Now, the information that I've got is that driver doesn't have their indicator on. To me, that says they're going down the same road that I'm going basically kind of the same road that I'm on. So I do not need to yield to them. They're continuing straight on. That's fine. I can continue. If that then person halfway through the roundabout then decides, no, I'm going to be taking the other exit, that's on them at that point there. That's not on me. I mean, they're not going to crash into me. I'm going to slow them down. But the fact is, if they'd used the indicator from the start, then
They'll
we
be
wouldn't have
calling
been
you
in that
everything
situation.
under the sun, mind, but
The thing is, though, and this is a fact,
and
I
it'll be
don't
back
give a
to
shit.
tip a wanker.
Exactly. I don't care. I don't
Embrace
care.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
I do. It's a badge of honor. Anyone else got any other?
I have one at our heading into our yard. It's quite a dodgy junction. You see, like I've told you before, when we've had a crash there, someone went into me, and I was waiting. You quite often wait, and you're waiting for someone to indicate to go in, so you can pull out or get a chance to go out. You know, wait for the space. Someone was like slowly moving down towards me, like, "Can I go? Can I go?" They're not indicating, so of course you wait, and then they slow right down, and then at the last second, as they're turning in, indicate. You you fucking wanker. I had so much time to go. Why would you not indicate and I don't know, flash it out, be a nice dickhead, you know?
Yeah.
But no, that winds me right up.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it does. I think if you're I don't know, if you're a van driver and you're listening to this, because I know we do have van drivers, please help us out.
Yeah.
But if you're listening to this, you are going to become a truck driver, because that's the reason why you're listening to this. Just do us a favour. If you're a car driver, listen to this.
I do want to add one little thing in, last thing actually, which is a massive peeve of mine, is protesters. Where my yard is, they have caused chaos for the past month, and I want to run them over, but I know I can't.
If you go back through, they do make a good crunch, Chloe. Yeah. So that is something that has been discussed.
It's just a speed bump. Just crack on.
I am curious. Why are the protesters there?
So where I pick up the cement is right next to a oil refinery, and obviously there are no oil protesters.
We should have had you on for the other episode. We were talking about this.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
It's carnage. Yeah. Literally, there's like vans, police vans, absolutely everywhere. Like, I've never seen so many police in all my life.
Are they blocking you in?
One day, our yard is like sort of adjacent to the road. You have to go down to get to the oil refinery. So they were blocking the beginning of the road, so we couldn't get to our yard. So
what a pain.
It's like 3 hour delay to get out of the yard.
The best guess they're being unreasonable, and even though
I saw a TikTok earlier, and it was someone whinging about the oil protesters, and then the news guy was saying, "Oh, well, they're doing it because of this," and he turns around and he goes, "But it's a cooking oil truck. Why the fuck aren't they on that?" It was brilliant. The best one I've seen.
That is
they did it on a cement powder tanker as well. Got on top of that.
Really? What, just thinking it was an oil tanker and that was it?
They obviously thought it was a petrol tanker, so they got on top of it.
They are so special.
It is absolute crackers. Right. Do we have any business to take care of before we... Because I'm normally you guys interrupt me as I kind of do the outro bit.
Sam, you have a TikTok and you have a YouTube channel. What are the names of those?
So... the YouTube is Truck It Prayle, and the TikTok escapes me. Something like Samuel Thomas 03, I think. I can't remember. I think that's it. Samuel Thomas 03.
How about we'll put it in the description for the podcast, and it will also be in the description on YouTube. I know. We're so special.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate
so
that.
Special.
And what's that behind you, Tom? Yeah.
If anybody wants to buy that lovely pillow behind Tom, they can get that at salmonslap.com.
Let me see if I can actually point to it this time. There you go.
There you go.
There we go. 1 second.
It's close enough.
Pointing doesn't. Or I will say there is also Except for Access merch on there as well. Check it out. Lovely job.
No one cares about that.
Colour. Wanker. And so we do also have as well. We've got stickers? And we've got. We've got all sorts. We've got all sorts.
Yeah.
I tell you what, we have reet fancy, lad. We're reet fancy. Yeah, go and check it out. SamandSlap.com. You can go and check out all the merchandise on there. And yeah, lots and lots of good things.
Good. Hey, hold on. Anybody who wants to play a really cool trucking game, they can download my trucking skills. I'm sorry. I'm going to plug. I don't care. All right. So yeah, download my game on iOS, Android, and the PC. Go to mytruckingskills.com.
Yeah.
You were going to say something in there, Sam?
Yeah, no, I was going to say, if I was going to struggle to understand anyone, it would have been you, David. But it actually turns out Tom's been more of the one.
Has my accent been stronger than it is normally tonight?
A little bit.
I've tried to dumb it down a bit, like.
If we spoke 20 years ago, you'd have a huge problem understanding me, because being in America for 20 years, nobody. I could small chat. Like I used to work at a gas station, and small chat was impossible. Every time that I spoke, I already knew it was going to be a what? Excuse me? And like I just knew. I just knew they didn't understand. It doesn't matter how well I pronounced it, but they got there eventually on the third time after me repeating itself after the joke didn't land.
Or was I just being polite?
Yeah, exactly. Chloe, but what have you got to plug?
As always, I've got my lovely YouTube channel, Skip Chick Southwest.
There we go.
You get some beautiful skips on it, apparently.
Lovely.
There we go. Yeah.
This is the new journey.
You should have a skip rating on each time you pick up a skip, and it's like you could go. I rate this skip 8 out of 10. Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to do that for you, just for you, Tom.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Right, can I?
Yeah,
can
please
I,
go
David?
on, yes.
David, yes,
I will allow it.
I will allow you to do the outro.
Okay, thank you very much.
Take one.
Also, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah.
Don't forget to share the podcast if you're listening
and
in a truck.
And put some comments on the podcast as well. If you write review,
definitely do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can review us on iTunes, and what else can they do? I can't remember.
There's the Apple one, Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Yeah, there's all sorts. Basically, if you can rate us, if you can kind of give us some feedback, it's amazing. It's great. Yeah. We very, very much appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't listened, how did you get this far? And we shall see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later.